It's Aiden from 313 on the V here. We just got back from Haunted a couple of days ago, where we ranked number 2 in quals and then made finals before losing to the 16 seed. Shout out all those teams on the 16 seed. We love y'all. Yeah, thought we'd make a quick robot explanation because this robot had a lot of time and effort put into it, and we've had the redirect thing since like June. So we put a lot of time in tuning into this sort of redirect mechanism. And now that we're going to be rebuilding soon, we just want to make a explanation before we take it all apart. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll start off with the drivetrain. It's a pretty standard 450 on 2.75. Been running this pretty much exact same drivetrain since US Open of last year. So that'll be US Open, Worlds, 3 comps, and then Haunted. So like a lot of competitions with this drivetrain. Wheels are all gunked up. We haven't cleaned them at all, but it doesn't matter. We're going to switch drivetrains for the new robot. Yeah, just 6 motors. Ones in the back are flipped to make more space for mobile goal mech. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the drivetrain. We run screw joints. I don't know if you can see, but screw joints on all the wheels because screw joints are super cool and I love them. We got the inertial sensor down here at the cap nut because, build quality and auton quality are important. We have the ramp pieces here mounted with some standoffs and stuff. They never like broke. Well, the ramps broke, but the bracing never broke. So that's what's important. But yeah, let's go to the mobile goal clamp. It's pretty standard, I guess, except for the L channels, which I'll get to in a second. But it's just 2 short pistons. Yeah, they're clamps. We have an aligner mech in here. It's just a ship polycarb heat gun to the shape of the mobile goal. So if I like grab a mobile goal and show you how it works, if the goal is kind of like tilted like that, I can just drive into it and boom, it corrects itself. And I'll turn the bot on and clamp actually, so you can see how that works. Quickly wait for the code to load, hopefully within the next decade. There we go. So yeah, clamps pretty easily, and let go, clamp again, pretty good stuff. Turn the bot off. But yeah, we have some bumps on the brace back there to help tilt the goal more. It was just something we developed when like tuning the mobile goal mech over the course of a couple of competitions. We have these standoffs back here to help the goal like not like tilt into the robot if the clamp grabs wrong. So those two helped a lot, especially for like auton and stuff, or if you like go like a little bit too far into the goal, you just screw up your whole auton. What else? Oh yeah, the L channels. We did this because the hooks here, we didn't cap this bot. So if it was just like a C channel, the hooks had very low clearance and they're actually kind of catching on it sometimes because this chain is super loose. We just made it 2 L channels that are connected with standoffs and stuff, and it works pretty well. There's not really a difference between the two, honestly, so just do whatever you can. We have the limit switch here for auton selection. I love this thing. Have the gauge here for the air. Our air is kind of low right now. You can see our tank here. I'll get to that in a second. Frame placement here. We got custom cables running throughout the entire bot. I'll lift up the lift so you can kind of see the wiring. It's not the best on the inside, but on the outside it's clean, and that's kind of what matters to us. So yeah, that's the wiring done. I'll get to the battery now. Battery, it's pretty simple. Take this band off, you can slide it out, then you can put it back in. Put this band around the back, and it's pretty secure, not going anywhere. The cable never came out in a match. Nothing really happened to the battery, so the battery mount is pretty cool. Dinker, it's pretty simple. Dinker, we added it, I think, I added it the night before a competition because we realized we didn't build the Dinker. So yeah, that's the Dinker situation. And just some standoffs with the L channel that's probably bent. I don't know if you can see that, but it is bent. With a piece of poly on the end, and yeah, just a long piston. If I grab some rings, you can see how we navigate the legality. Actually, this is not the right order. Whoops. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it is a stack of 4 rings. I'll back the bot up, but the Dinker comes out. It only touches the middle 2. I can swipe those off. I can turn, and then I could intake that last one there, and I'll go to the intake now. Yeah. All right, intake time. This is probably where we spent, honestly, the most of the time, especially within the past couple of weeks and stuff because this intake has been very, very tuned. So I'm going to spend a bit of time going over this because it's kind of cool. We run a 1-motor intake for both systems. We have the hooks running at 600 RPM direct. So this is a 600 RPM cartridge. It goes to this shaft here, which is on these pillow bearings. The motor itself is mounted off of this L channel, which is triangle braced like twice here and then once up here. Well, it's not really triangle bracing up there, just braced to the L channel there. Yeah, that's the motor. It's hot swappable, so you can swap it like before matches and stuff. That runs to this shaft here. We have a little sprocket here to a bigger sprocket here. So the first stage is running at 300 RPM. So it's a bit slower, like half as fast as the hooks. Then under, we have another 24 tooth gear that goes to this high strength shaft, which powers the intake. And I made sure to get really good friction on this intake because on our old intake, it was like the friction was really bad. So it was just like burning out almost every match basically. And this one, we can run like 2, maybe even 3 matches before I have to replace it, which is pretty good considering it's 600 RPM hooks, 300 first stage just for 1 motor. Yeah, I'll show the intake running now because we managed to get it pretty smooth, like the transition and stuff, I think. Use it again. So yeah, that's the scoring part. So for this part, we have these polycarbonate sleds here, I guess, that kind of help curve the disc up. We catted these. This is loose. I think everything on this bot is loose at this point. But the flex wheels come in. You get the disc in. And we kind of wanted to make sure this transition was as smooth as possible because this was kind of like something that wasn't as good as something that wasn't that good in other robots. Like either that we saw or our old robots. So we made sure to kind of like have this trade-off happen here where these 2 stages aren't counteracting each other and kind of handing the disc off. So here you can see that's the handoff. This flex wheel part is not touching the ring anymore. I can't really spin it because they're connected, but it's not touching the ring. Now it's just the chain touching and the chain hooks it up, goes up. And then at the top, we have these flex wheels here, which help sort of like provide more torque downward for the ring to go on the mobile goal. The clearance from the rings, the flex wheels to the motors is very slim. You can't even really see it that well, but there is clearance there. It wasn't catted or anything. It's just lucky. But yeah, that's it for the intake, really. I mean, it's pretty simple, floating intake. Yeah, that's it for the intake. We have some triangle bracing here to help the structure and whatnot. So I guess I can show like a scoring demo. Okay. So you can probably see it's pretty clean. So yeah, that's it for the intake itself. I'll go to the 6 bar now. And then I'll go to how those 2 connect. So the 6 bar, we've had the 6 bar design since I want to say June. Not this exact design. This design is very compact now. But we've had the 6 bar mechanism since June. So the way it works, we have 2 5.5 motors back here that go to this gearbox here with I think a 1:5 ratio. It's 12 to 62, so that should be 1:5. Everything's bent because it came back from competition, as you can probably tell. But it still works. So those go there. And then we have the 6 bar linkage. It's boxed up here because we use L channels for the entire 6 bar except the 2 C channels here. So it's all L channel. It's almost as light as you can get in terms of C channel and L channel. But yeah, you have L channels here. These are boxed because these pieces snapped at the bottom actually. If the L channel physically snapped, let me go get it. Well, I couldn't find them, but it doesn't matter. I'll probably put like a picture of the L channel there. But those snap, moral of the story, we boxed it so it doesn't snap. Hasn't happened since. Plates on either side. Triangle banding here and here to help assess the motors. 6 bar, goofy stuff. It's all bent now and it's all pretty wiggly. Then we have the cage here. I'll get to this in a second, but the basically way it works is I can take a disc, slide it down this ramp, and it just sits in this cage and lift it up. and these rollers sort of provide enough pressure to keep it in the match. But when I back away from the stake, I can just pull it out. I can do the same thing with 2 rings if I desire. That's not good. Color sort is on. I'll get that in a second. I can do the same thing with 2 rings. Boom, boom. Yeah. All right. So main thing is redirect. You know, everyone's saying redirect sucks, redirect this, redirect that. We've been working on redirect for like a long time. What is it? June, July, August, September, October, November. So a lot of months there, right? So the way the redirect works is we have this optical sensor here. And this optical sensor is like the whole reason this thing works is because that optical sensor is there. If I get a ring and my intake, I lift this ring up, boom, it hits the optical sensor. It says, okay, we got a ring here. If the color sort, not the color sort, if the redirect toggle is on, it just goes on the stake, it doesn't do anything. But if the redirect toggle is on, first of all, the intake speed is slowed down. Then it goes right about here via some like wait time. And then I can just redirect, push this backwards, and when it's at full speed, it just goes into the box there. So I'll just do a quick demo. That was weird. There we go. So yeah, that's the redirect. It's pretty consistent. It worked in almost every single match. I mean, the only time the redirect doesn't work is when the motor gets hot, because the timing gets messed up because the motor is just running a bit slower than it usually would. So yeah, that's the redirect. The way I coded it is just like threads and stuff. So I just have a thread for the redirect so I can run it simultaneously. But yeah, we have the ring in there. I can raise my 6 bar and then go score. I'll go to the wall stake now. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing this with my hands because, you know, I'm recording my phone here. But we just raise it up, drive in, score it, back away. And the good thing about 6 bar that we really like is, one, you know, you can hold this. I usually match this or grab one. I camp corner for a bit, then I can just go wall stick whenever I want to. I don't have to like get one in the intake, put my Lady Brown up and all that stuff. I just have one in there the entire time. Another thing is when I'm on the wall stick, it's kind of easy to get it on. I can get it from a variety of angles, you know. And since I'm doing this like top-down motion, I don't have the risk of flinging it out the field unless like something super weird happens. Like with Lady Brown, you get pushed aside, you can fling that ring out the field. You're down a ring, you know. You waste that ring. But with this one, if I miss or something, it's still in the redirect. It's still there. That's something we really liked about that. That's probably why we kept it for so long. What is this doing here? But yeah, that was just kind of like a bonus. We're probably going to rebuild to not redirect because this is just too much weight and it's just too complex. But that's probably why we kept redirect for that long. We also have color sorting, so I'll just do a quick demo of that. You can see it just flings the rings out. It's pretty simple. Just another task run by this optical sensor there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I guess I can just go over like how he did some stuff. So like this. All right, buddy. Turning you off. Optical sensor thought my hand was a ring for a second. But yeah, this poly here, almost all the poly except the hooks, the ramps and the intake, and these side panels, which are Delver, not poly. But those are all the plastic pieces that are catted. The rest is free cut, a hand cut. There's some scissors and a big sheet of poly, including this piece. I was really proud of this piece. I cooked up like 2 days before Haunted. But yeah. Our builders just made up some poly stuff and just cut it and it works, you know. Oh yeah, one more thing with the redirect. We can actually do 2 rings. The way we did it is kind of cool. I have yet to see anyone do it like this. Probably for the better because it has some issues. But we can get 2 rings in there fine. The only problem with 2 rings is when I drive, that top ring can just do that. That's why we never did 2 rings. But for the scoring on 2 rings, it becomes a bigger problem. If you lift up and there's nothing to block it here, your ring is going to fall out. There's just no way to get around it. So the way we did get around it was with this sort of, I guess, trapdoor gate here. So when I lift up my my 6 bar, these bands get tensioned, and this bar comes up, and it just pushes this ring here and keeps that from falling out the robot. That's how we score 2 rings. We never did it. Never did it in any single match we ever did. But we had the option, and it's just something nice for the judges to, to see. Yeah, that's pretty much it for this spot, I want to say. Next spot is going to be much better. Yeah, we had a fun time at Haunted. It was really cool to like see everyone that we talked to online and see new people and play new people and get so far as we did. We weren't really expecting to get super far at the tournament. So just kind of cool to see that the redirect bot can have like one final moment of glory before we kill it. But yeah, we're going to 2 more SIGs this year. Rumble in the Rockies and then Score. So like basically back to back. So if you guys are going to any of those, we'll see you there, and you guys can get some stickers and stuff. And yeah, whatever. That's pretty much it for this spot. I don't think there's anything left for the bot itself. I'm trying to think if there's anything I left out, because usually there is. I guess we can go over like air. So you just have the tank zip tied in there. Pressure stuff here, like the regulator thing there. And we just have 3 pistons in the bot. We just have 2 for the clamp, 1 for the Dinker, and that's the whole air situation there. Yeah, this is our best bot we've ever built. I'm really proud of this one, and it's kind of sad to see it go, but it's time for it to go. So yeah, thank you for watching. Probably not gonna be that much content while we were building. But yeah, thank you guys for watching on the videos. The new videos have been getting like a lot of likes and stuff, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, see you.